A jury in Florida is awarding $800,000 to a little girl burned by a McDonald's chicken nugget. A warning, some of the images we're about to show you are graphic. Olivia Caraballo was 4 years old when she suffered the burn back in 2019. The girl's mother bought a Happy Meal in a drive-thru and handed it to her in the backseat of the car. But as the car pulled away, she says the nugget fell onto her daughter's lap, causing the little girl to scream in pain. Lawyers say the scalding chicken nugget was wedged between the girl's thigh and her seatbelt, causing severe burns. Olivia still has a scar from the incident, which was central to the case. Lawyers were seeking $15 million in damages. Lawyers representing McDonald's said in their closing arguments that the mother was the driving force of the lawsuit and that the child wasn't bothered by the injury. NewsNation legal contributor Jesse Weber joins us now. I'm not sure that was the smartest thing to say, that, the child wasn't bothered. She suffered second-degree burns.
Well, that was what the other side was saying, McDonald's, that she went to live her life, that she went back to McDonald's, that it's really the mother who's taken issue with the injury and the scar. It was interesting. I was thinking about it. I was surprised that it got this far. In one sense, You
were surprised McDonald's didn't settle?
Yeah, I thought that they would have, because there's something to be said that they didn't want the bad publicity of this, and they don't look great. It's not really the monetary award, $800,000. Sure, it's a lot less than paying out $15 million, but the idea of that a young girl was burned because of one of their products, and basically they said there was a failure to warn about the safety risks. At the same time, I look at this and say, this is kind of a unique case. First of all, you have somebody who's very young, you have this they were suing for $800,000. There are injuries like this, but it was very specific what happened here and very specific what McDonald's and that franchisee chose not to do. I don't know if we're going to see like a spur of these kind of frivolous lawsuits, although I tell you, what I saw today?
What?
A woman suing a California restaurant for spicy food. The food was too spicy. So it just happened to come out today. I thought, well, it's because of this lawsuit. Can't say, but we've had frivolous lawsuits before.
The family of the little girl was asking for $15 million.
Correct.
The jury awarded quite a bit less, $800,000.
Yeah.
What does that tell you? That
tells me that they obviously didn't think her injuries were as extensive or severe or the damages worth that. But what it also says is they didn't believe McDonald's when McDonald's said, oh, her damages were only $200,000. They felt it was somewhere in between, $400,000 for what she went through and $400,000 for what she will go through in the future, because this was a very traumatic incident for her.
The mother testified that at no point did McDonald's warn her that the food, the chicken nuggets, would be exceptionally hot. Do restaurants have to issue warnings like that? Is that their duty, their responsibility?
When you go to restaurants and they give the plate of food, they say, it's hot, don't touch it, it's hot, don't touch it. They do that for a reason. This was unique in the sense that apparently the accusation was they cooked this food at a much higher temperature than McDonald's claimed. And if they were going to do that, they had a duty to inform the customer, this is scalding hot, do not touch it, let it cool off. They chose not to do that.
Wait, why would they hand food that was too hot to touch to a person in a car?
Right, so what they're saying is we had to cook it at such high temperatures to remove the salmonella, but at the same point they should say to them, listen, this is really hot, let it cool off. There's so many times that people do that in restaurants and even fast food, but they said that it was a failure to train their employees properly, warn of the risks, because, again, at the end of the day, this did burn her. There was no doubt this caused second-degree burns.
And she still has a scar, a physical scar.
She does have a physical scar, but it's also the emotional and the mental scar why I think the jury awarded her the damages they did.
This case is so reminiscent of another lawsuit against McDonald's in the 1990s, the hot coffee lawsuit. In that case, an elderly woman had third-degree burns over her lap when she spilled a cup of scalding hot coffee. A jury awarded her initially $3 million. A judge reduced it eventually to $480,000, which is just about the same amount as this award when you adjust it for inflation, right?
That was a remarkable case. You had an older plaintiff. Her injuries were more extensive. The coffee spilled everywhere. But also what I thought was so interesting about that is she originally tried to settle with McDonald's for, I think it was like $20,000-$25,000. They didn't want to settle. This goes to court. They awarded $3 million. It's ultimately reduced. But that case was kind of like started everything. It was pop culture moment.
It was.
Seinfeld made an episode about the hot coffee incident. And I know it says it spurns frivolous lawsuits. Let's be very clear. People can sue anybody for anything. It's a question of if it'll make it to a jury. A judge won't let this go past if he feels that it's not, or he or she will feel it won't go past the certain level of legal strength. So at the same point, anybody can file a lawsuit. Doesn't mean that it's automatically going to go to a jury for decision.
So interesting.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.